Cursed books have been a topic of fascination and fear for centuries, capturing the imagination of people around the world. These books are believed to contain powerful dark forces that can harm anyone who reads them or comes into contact with them. Legends of cursed books date back to ancient times, with stories of cursed tombs causing illness, madness, and even death. Despite their ominous reputation, many people continue to seek out and study these books, drawn in by the allure of forbidden knowledge and the thrill of danger. Would you dare to pursue any of these forbidden pages? From the Devil's Bible to a deadly poem, here are 20 evil books that are too cursed to read. Number 20. The Codex Gigas. The Codex Gigas, also known as the Devil's Bible, is a medieval manuscript shrouded in mystery and legend. The manuscript is believed to have been created in the 13th century, and it's one of the largest surviving medieval manuscripts in the world. The Codex Gigas is famous for its impressive size, stunning illustrations, and the mysterious legend that surrounds its creation. The Codex Gigas was created in the Benedictine monastery of Podlazice, Bohemia, now the majority of the Czech Republic, in the early 13th century. The manuscript is believed to have been the work of a single scribe, who presumably worked on the manuscript for several decades. The Codex Gigas is a massive manuscript measuring 92 centimeters tall, 50 centimeters wide, and 22 centimeters thick. It contains 310 leaves made of vellum, or calfskin. The manuscript weighs an astonishing 169 pounds, and it's said that it would have taken several decades to complete. The Codex Gigas contains a variety of texts, including the Bible, various historic and medical treatises, and a collection of magical spells and incantations. The manuscript is most famous for its illustrations, which include a stunning depiction of the devil, as well as several other impressive illustrations of biblical scenes and mythical creatures. The Codex Gigas has a fascinating legend that surrounds its creation. According to the legend, the manuscript was created by a monk sentenced to death for breaking his monastic vows. The monk was given a task by his abbot. He was to create a manuscript that contained all the knowledge in the world in exchange for his life. It quickly became apparent that he would never be able to complete the task. In desperation, the monk made a pact with the devil, promising him his soul in exchange for the completion of the manuscript. The devil agreed, and he helped the monk finish the manuscript in a single night. As a result of this legend, the Codex Gigas is also known as the Devil's Bible. You're free to look at the pages of this book online, but I don't think you should take your chances. Those who had the opportunity to examine the Devil's Bible all experienced something bizarre. Some claimed they felt a devious presence looming over them while inspecting the book, while there were those who stated that they couldn't fathom looking at the devil's image imprinted on the big book. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now. Number 19. The Book of Soiga. Also known as the Book That Kills, the Book of Soiga is a mysterious and enigmatic text that has captured the attention of scholars and occultists for centuries. The book is believed to have been written in the 16th century and comprises several sections, including astrology, numerology, and magic incantations. The book's title, Soiga, is derived from the word soya, which means seal in Old English. The book is said to be a grimoire, a text containing instructions on performing magical rituals and spells. However, the exact nature of the book's contents has remained a mystery, as only a few copies of the original text exist, and most of the book's contents are written in code. The book's author is also unknown, although it is believed to have been written by an Englishman named John Dee, a prominent occultist and advisor to Queen Elizabeth I. Dee was known to be interested in astrology and the occult, and he owned several other mystical texts, including the famous Voynich manuscript. The Book of Soiga is said to contain powerful magical spells and incantations, some of which are intended to summon spirits or demons. It's also said to contain instructions for divination, such as using a pendulum or a divining rod to locate hidden treasure or uncover hidden knowledge. One of the most intriguing aspects of the book is a series of tables and diagrams that appear to be related to numerology and astrology. Some researchers have suggested that the tables contain a hidden code that could reveal the book's true purpose or unlock its secrets. Number 18. The Orphan Story. La Historia del Huérfano, which translates to The Story of the Orphan, is a classic Spanish tale that dates back to the 16th century. The story tells of a young boy who was orphaned and forced to navigate the world alone, facing numerous challenges and obstacles along the way. The tale begins with the death of the boy's parents, leaving him alone and without any means of support. With no one to turn to for help, the boy is forced to fend for himself, using his wits and resourcefulness to survive in the Spanish colonies. He faces many challenges, including hunger, poverty, and loneliness. However, the oddity of this book doesn't lie in its contents, but rather in its creation. The bizarre thing is that every single person who worked on the book allegedly died unexpectedly. For this reason, it took years for the manuscript to be published. Since it was written in the 1600s, it wasn't until 4 centuries later that the manuscript was finished. In fact, the last person who worked on the manuscript asked her best friend to burn the entire literary piece if she died. Fortunately, she didn't. But who knows? Perhaps the curse merely skipped her. Number 17. The Book of Abramelin. The Book of Abramelin is a medieval grimoire, or book of magic, attributed to a person named Abramelin the Mage. The book is believed to have been written in the 15th century, and is considered one of the most important and influential works of practical Kabbalah. The Book of Abramelin is divided into 3 parts, each of which details a different aspect of the magician's practice. The first part is a set of instructions on preparing oneself for the magical work, including the purification of the soul and the body, the choice of a suitable place for performing the work, and the observance of certain fasts and prayers. The second part of the book details the magical rituals themselves. These involve the evocation of various spirits, both good and evil, and the summoning of a guardian angel or Holy Spirit. The magician is required to perform these rituals over a period of 6 months to a year, and to observe strict rules of purity and abstinence during this time. The third part of the book contains a collection of talismans and amulets that the magician can use to enhance his magical powers. These include seals, sigils, and invocations that are said to confer protection, wealth, and success in various endeavors. The Book of Abramelin has profoundly influenced the development of occultism and has been studied and practiced by many prominent magicians and mystics over the centuries. Its emphasis on spiritual purity, the invocation of angelic and demonic forces, and the use of talismans and amulets have made it a famous work among those seeking to harness the powers of the supernatural for personal gain or spiritual enlightenment. However, its use has also been controversial, with some critics accusing it of promoting black magic or demon worship. Number 16. The Shining. There's a chance you've already seen The Shining. I mean, who hasn't? It's a classic at this point. But in case you haven't seen the movie or read the book yet, The Shining is a horror novel by Stephen King, published in 1977. The novel tells the story of Jack Torrance, a recovering alcoholic and struggling writer who takes a job as the winter caretaker at the remote Overlook Hotel in Colorado. Jack brings his wife Wendy and their young son Danny with him to the hotel, hoping that the solitude will help him finish his novel. However, the isolation and the hotel's sinister past take a toll on Jack's sanity, and he becomes increasingly volatile and dangerous. As winter sets in, the family becomes trapped inside the hotel by a blizzard, and Jack's descent into madness accelerates. Danny, who possesses psychic abilities that he calls the Shining, begins to see terrifying visions of the hotel's past and present, and the family becomes embroiled in a desperate fight for survival. The Shining is considered one of King's greatest works, and it was adapted into a highly acclaimed film by Stanley Kubrick in 1980. The novel is famous for its vivid and atmospheric descriptions of the Overlook Hotel, which is portrayed as a malevolent and sentient force that preys on the vulnerabilities of its inhabitants. The novel is also noted for its exploration of the themes of addiction, isolation, and the dangers of the human psyche. Some say they always get the chills whenever they read The Shining, and many still can't watch or read it alone. Number 15. The Grand Grimoire. The Grand Grimoire, also known as the Red Dragon, is a medieval grimoire, or book of magic, that's purported to contain instructions for summoning and commanding demonic entities. It's considered to be one of the most notorious and powerful grimoires in existence. The origins of the Grand Grimoire are unclear, but it's believed to have been written in the 18th or 19th century. The book is written in French and is said to have been compiled by a mysterious figure known only as Anton Levet, or Antoine Fabre d'Olivier. The Grand Grimoire is divided into 2 parts. The first part, known as the Red Dragon, contains instructions for summoning and commanding various demonic entities, including Lucifer, Beelzebub, and Astaroth. The second part, known as the Black Screech Owl, provides instructions on creating magical talismans and performing other magical operations. The Grand Grimoire is notorious for its use of blood and other gruesome materials in the magical operations it describes. It's said that the book was originally bound in human skin, and that it requires a sacrifice of a black cat to be fully activated. The authenticity and accuracy of the Grand Grimoire are the subjects of much debate and controversy among scholars and practitioners of the occult. Some believe the book is a genuine medieval grimoire, while others consider it a modern forgery or hoax. The book mentions 3 greater demons and 6 lesser demons. This also leads to speculation that the Grand Grimoire was written solely for satanic worship. Number 14. The Lesser Key of Solomon. The Book of the Lesser Key of Solomon, also known as the Lemegeton or Ars Goetia, is a medieval grimoire that's attributed to King Solomon, a biblical figure known for his wisdom and mastery of magic. The book is divided into 5 sections, each containing instructions for summoning and commanding various demons and spirits. The first section, known as the Ars Goetia, describes the summoning and binding of 72 demons, each of which is associated with a particular power or virtue. The demons are said to be under the control of King Solomon and can be summoned to assist the magician in various magical operations. The second section, the Ars Theurgia, provides instructions for summoning and commanding various celestial spirits, including angels and archangels. The spirits are said to be capable of performing miraculous feats and can be called upon for protection, healing, and other purposes. The third section, known as the Ars Paulina, describes the creation of various magical talismans and amulets, each of which is associated with a particular planetary or elemental power. The fourth section, known as the Ars Almedal, provides instructions for creating a magical circle and summoning various spirits associated with the 4 cardinal directions. The fifth and final section, known as the Ars Notoria, is a collection of prayers and invocations designed to enhance the magician's memory, knowledge, and intellectual capabilities. The Book of the Lesser Key of Solomon is notable for its highly detailed and complex system of demonology and angelology. It's been studied and practiced by many occultists and magicians over the centuries, and has had a profound influence on the development of Western occultism. Number 13. The Book of the Sacred Magic. The Book of the Sacred Magic, also known as the Key of Solomon, is a medieval grimoire that outlines the practices and rituals of ceremonial magic. The book is attributed to King Solomon, a biblical figure known for his wisdom and mastery of magic. The Key of Solomon is divided into 2 books. The first book provides detailed instructions for the creation and consecration of magical tools and instruments, such as wands, swords, and talismans. The book also includes instructions for creating a magical circle, which is used to protect the magician from malevolent spirits and to convey the energies of the ritual. The second book provides a comprehensive list of demons and spirits, along with instructions for summoning and commanding them. The book also includes prayers and invocations for various purposes, such as protection, healing, and love. The Key of Solomon is notable for its emphasis on the use of divine names, symbols, and talismans in the practice of magic. The book teaches that by invoking the power of the divine through these means, magicians can harness supernatural energies to achieve their desired ends. Despite its reputation as a powerful and dangerous grimoire, the Key of Solomon has significantly impacted the development of Western occultism. It's been studied and practiced by many notable occultists over the centuries, and has inspired countless works of magic and mysticism. Today, the Key of Solomon remains a valuable resource for those interested in the history and practice of ceremonial magic. While its teachings may be controversial and challenging, the book offers a fascinating glimpse into the esoteric traditions of the past and continues to inspire and inform modern practitioners of the occult. Number 12. The Necronomicon. The Necronomicon is a fictional grimoire created by the American horror writer H.P. Lovecraft in the early 20th century. The book is often portrayed as a dangerous and forbidden text containing knowledge and rituals that can drive the reader insane or summon otherworldly beings. In Lovecraft's stories, the Necronomicon is described as a book of ancient and forbidden knowledge written by the mad Arab Abdul al-Hazred. The book is said to contain information on the Old Ones, powerful and evil beings from beyond our reality, as well as spells and incantations for summoning and controlling them. While the Necronomicon is a fictional creation, many people have been fascinated by the book and its eerie reputation. Over the years, various individuals have claimed to have discovered copies of the Necronomicon, or to have created their own versions of the book based on Lovecraft's descriptions. Despite its fictional origins, the Necronomicon has become a cultural icon, inspiring countless works of horror and occult fiction. It has also been the subject of controversy and debate, with some individuals claiming that the book contains fundamental knowledge and secrets that have been suppressed by authorities or hidden from the public. Number 11. The Book About Witchcraft. The Discourse of Witchcraft is a book written by the English gentleman Reginald Scot and published in 1584. It's a comprehensive and critical analysis of witchcraft beliefs and practices prevalent during the Renaissance period. This book is considered to be one of the most important early works on the subject of witchcraft. In the Discourse of Witchcraft, Scott argues against the widespread belief in witches and their supposed supernatural powers. He believed that witchcraft was nothing more than superstition, and that the people accused of practicing witchcraft were often innocent victims of hysteria and fear. Scott's book is divided into 3 parts. The first part is an introduction that discusses the history of witchcraft and its prevalence in different cultures. The second part describes the various magical practices and beliefs associated with witchcraft, such as spells, potions, and curses. The third part presents an argument against the existence of witches, using logic and scientific evidence to refute the claims of those who believe in witchcraft. The Discovery of Witchcraft was a controversial book in its time, as it challenged deeply held beliefs and beliefs that were widely accepted as true. Scott's work was criticized by many, including King James VI of Scotland, who later wrote his own treatise on witchcraft and demonology. Number 10. The Voynich Manuscript. The Voynich Manuscript is an enigmatic and mysterious book, written in an unknown script and filled with strange illustrations and symbols. The manuscript is named after Wilfred M. Voynich, a book dealer who purchased it in 1912. It's currently housed at the Beinecke Rare Book and Manuscript Library at Yale University. The Voynich manuscript is believed to have been written in the early 15th century, although its origins and purpose have yet to be discovered. The book contains over 240 pages of text written in an unknown script that is yet to be deciphered. The text is accompanied by illustrations of strange plants, astrological symbols, and human figures, many of which are highly stylized and appear to be fantastical or mythological in nature. Numerous attempts have been made over the years to decipher the script of the Voynich manuscript, but none have been successful. The language and writing system used in the manuscript appear to be entirely unique, with no similarities to any known script or language. The illustrations and symbols in the manuscript are equally mysterious, and their meaning and purpose remain a topic of speculation and debate. Try if you dare, but you just might get lost in the bewildering illustrations of this literary piece. Number 9. Treatise of Vessels. The Treatise of Vessels is a medieval Kabbalistic text believed to have been written in Spain in the 14th century. The text is a commentary on the Sefer Yetzirah, one of the oldest and most important Kabbalistic texts. The Treatise of Vessels is primarily concerned with the creation of the universe and the role of the 10 Sephiroth, or divine emanations, in this process. The text provides a detailed description of the different vessels or receptacles that were created to contain the divine light as it descended through the Sephiroth. The vessels are seen as symbolic of the different aspects of the divine, and the Treatise of Vessels describes how they were created and how they functioned in the process of creation. The vessels are also seen as representations of different levels of consciousness or spiritual attainment, and the text offers guidance on how to achieve these levels through meditation and contemplation. The Treatise of Vessels is notable for its emphasis on the mystical and symbolic aspects of Kabbalah. It presents a highly abstract and esoteric understanding of the universe and the divine, and is considered one of the most complex and challenging Kabbalistic texts to understand. Recently, however, there have been claims that the Treatise of Vessels is the key to finding the location of the long-lost Ark of the Covenant. Number 8. Written in Blood. Written in Blood is a book by Robert Debs Heinel that explores the history and politics of Haiti, a Caribbean nation that has faced many struggles throughout its history. The book traces the roots of Haiti's problems back to the country's colonial past and the brutal system of slavery that existed there. Heinel describes how Haiti gained its independence from France in 1804 and became the first black-led nation in the world. However, the new country faced many challenges as it struggled to establish a stable government and economy. Heinel also delves into the role of the United States in Haitian affairs, from its initial recognition of Haiti as a sovereign nation to its later intervention in the country's affairs. Throughout the book, Heinel argues that Haiti's problems stemmed from a complex mix of factors, including its colonial history, political corruption, and economic underdevelopment. He also explores the country's vibrant culture, including its music, art, and religion, which helped sustain the Haitian people through difficult times. To this day, the book remains one of the most comprehensive literary works about the history of Haiti and the sufferings its people underwent. Each page is filled with descriptions of the dreadful situations people throughout the past centuries have dealt with. These tragic situations stay true for the majority of the nation's population to this day. This book is a wake-up call about the inequality and injustices in the world, from one man to another. One could argue that some humans deserve to be called monsters for treating their kin like nothing. Number 7. The Babadook. The Babadook pop-up book is a prop from the 2014 Australian horror movie The Babadook. The book is featured prominently in the film as a mysterious, creepy pop-up book that the young protagonist Samuel finds in his bedroom. The book tells the story of a supernatural monster called the Babadook, which invades the lives of a grieving mother and her son. After the film's release, fans of the horror genre were eager to get their hands on a physical copy of the book, and in 2019, publisher Insight Editions released an official version of the book. The Babadook pop-up book is a beautifully crafted hardcover book designed to look like an old-fashioned children's book, with intricate handcrafted pop-up illustrations. The book includes several pages of creepy and ominous illustrations, including a pop-up of the Babadook itself, which jumps out at the reader in a startling and frightening way. The book is designed to be an interactive experience, with tabs that can be pulled to make certain elements of the illustrations move. The Babadook pop-up book has become a popular collector's item among horror fans. However, there are also those who claim they've experienced wicked things happening after getting their hands on the pop-up horror book. For a pop-up book, the theme of this book is quite chilling. Many feel like a real monster will pop up while immersing themselves in the interesting book. Number 6. Fahrenheit 451. Fahrenheit 451 is a dystopian novel written by Ray Bradbury and first published in 1953. The story takes place in a future society where books are outlawed, and firefighters burn any that are found. The novel's title refers to the temperature at which paper ignites, which is 451 degrees Fahrenheit. The novel's protagonist is Guy Montag, a fireman who begins to question his role in society and the oppressive government that controls it. Montag's world is one where intellectualism and individuality are suppressed, and conformity is valued above all else. People are distracted from thinking deeply about their lives by constant entertainment and sensory stimulation provided by technology and government-controlled media. The novel is a critique of censorship, government control, and the dangers of a society that values conformity over individuality. Bradbury uses Montag's journey to illustrate the importance of independent thinking, intellectual curiosity, and the power of literature to inspire and transform individuals. The novel is considered a classic of the science fiction genre and has been adapted into several films, plays, and television shows. Its themes continue to resonate with readers today, as dangers of censorship and the suppression of free thought are still relevant issues in modern society. Fahrenheit 451 serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of preserving freedom of expression and the pursuit of knowledge. This book, while not cursed by the devil, serves as a horrifying reminder about a horrific world. Number 5. The Book of the Son of Gnosis. The Book of the Son of Gnosis is a grimoire written in the 13th century. Recognized by its Arabic title, Shams al-Ma'arif is a medieval grimoire or book of magic that Ahmad al-Buni compiled. The title of the book means the Son of Knowledge, and it contains a comprehensive collection of mystical and magical practices, including astrology, numerology, talismans, and incantations. The book is divided into 2 parts, with the first part covering topics such as cosmology, astrology, and divination, while the second part focuses on practical magic, including the creation of talismans and the invocation of spirits. The book also includes detailed instructions on the use of herbs, oils, and other materials in magic, as well as recipes for potions and incense. The book also contains detailed instructions for performing rituals and ceremonies, and includes a comprehensive system of correspondences linking celestial bodies, colors, and elements to specific magical practices. Number 4. The Exorcist. The Exorcist is one of the most terrifying books ever written. Its movie adaptation also gained the same reputation. The book tells the story of a young girl named Regan who becomes possessed by a demon, and the efforts of a Catholic priest, Father Damien Karras, to save her soul. The novel was a huge success, selling millions of copies and spawning a film adaptation directed by William Friedkin in 1973. The movie is widely considered to be one of the scariest films of all time, and has become a classic in the horror genre. In the story, Regan is an ordinary 12-year-old girl who starts to exhibit strange behavior, including speaking in tongues, levitating, and vomiting. Her mother, Chris, becomes increasingly concerned and seeks medical help, but all tests come back normal. As Regan's condition worsens, Chris turns to a Catholic priest, Father Karras, to help. Karras is skeptical of possession and tries to find a psychological explanation for Regan's behavior. However, as he witnesses the girl's violent outbursts and hears her speak in languages she doesn't know, he begins to believe that she is truly possessed by a demon. Karras enlists the help of an experienced exorcist, Father Merrin, and together they perform a grueling and dangerous exorcism ritual to expel the demon from Regan's body. The battle between good and evil culminates in a dramatic climax that leaves both priests physically and emotionally drained. The book was supposed to be nothing but a scary story, but after its booming success, an abundance of cursed stories followed suit. Many people claim they experienced sinister things after reading the book alone. In fact, there were even people who immediately visited a priest or a church after reading this horrifying book, in fear that the devil was also onto them, punishing them for delving into its contents. Number 3. The Catcher in the Rye. The Catcher in the Rye by Jerome David Salinger is a novel that has generated both admiration and controversy since its publication in 1951. It's not really a cursed book. However, it's a literary piece that has been banned in several places in the United States. While many readers and critics have praised the book for its portrayal of adolescent angst and alienation, others have condemned it as immoral and harmful to young readers. As a result, the novel has been banned or challenged in numerous schools and libraries across the United States. The reasons for the book's banning are varied, but they typically center on its language, sexual content, and themes of rebellion and alienation. Critics have argued that the book's use of profanity and sexual references are inappropriate for young readers, and that its portrayal of a troubled and disaffected protagonist could lead to imitative behavior or other negative outcomes. However, defenders of the book argue that it's precisely its raw and honest portrayal of adolescence that makes it so valuable for young readers. Despite these arguments, the book has been banned or challenged in numerous schools and libraries across the United States over the years. In some cases, the book's opponents have succeeded in having it removed from library shelves or curricula, while in some cases, the book has been defended and allowed to remain available to readers. The debate over the banning of The Catcher in the Rye is a complex one, with valid arguments on both sides. Number 2. The Cask of Amontillado. Edgar Allan Poe was an American writer, poet, and literary critic. One of his most horrifying creations is The Cask of Amontillado. The Cask of Amontillado was first published in 1846. The story follows the narrator, Montresor, as he seeks revenge against his former friend, Fortunato. Montresor lures Fortunato into a catacombs beneath his palazzo with the promise of a rare and valuable cask of Amontillado wine, only to murder him in cold blood. The story is notable for its suspenseful atmosphere, its use of irony and symbolism, and its exploration of the themes of revenge, madness, and the corruption of power. The narrator's motive for seeking revenge against Fortunato is never fully explained, and the reader is left to speculate as to what exactly Fortunato did to warrant such a heinous act. This ambiguity only adds to the story's chilling effect, as the reader is left to wonder what other horrors lie buried beneath the surface of Montresor's psyche. The story's setting in the damp and eerie catacombs beneath the palazzo adds to the sense of foreboding and claustrophobia. The crypts and bones that line the walls of the catacombs are described in vivid detail, creating an atmosphere of decay and death. Its chilling premise alone deters readers from reading it without company. And now it's time for today's topic. This ancient book found in Egypt revealed a terrifying message. Egyptian mythology is rife with tales of cursed tomes and forbidden knowledge. These books were believed to hold powerful magical spells and incantations capable of unleashing dark forces and causing harm to anyone who read them. One of the most infamous cursed tomes in Egyptian mythology is the Book of Thoth. However, there are also books hidden beneath the shifting sands of Egypt that contain forbidden knowledge, dangerous spells, and powerful incantations. Ancient Egypt and curses seem to go hand in hand, beginning with the alleged curse of the pharaohs. Who knows what sinister power will be unleashed on the world if someone gets their hand on this cursed book? As always, comment down below with the hashtag today's topic and let us know your opinion about what we just showed on screen. With that said, let's keep things moving. Number 1. Tomino's Hell. All alone does Tomino go falling into that hell, a hell of utter darkness, without even flower. This is a line from the infamous Japanese poem Tomino's Hell. This poem is allegedly one of the most sinister literary pieces ever written in the history of humanity. It was said that whoever dared to read the entire poem out loud would die a horrifying death. According to the legend, the poem tells the story of a young boy named Tomino who descends into the depths of hell after his sister dies. As he travels deeper and deeper into the underworld, he encounters a series of terrifying creatures and experiences unspeakable horrors. The curse of Tomino's Hell is said to be so potent that it can even affect those who simply read the poem silently. Those who dare to read it aloud are said to be haunted by visions of the creatures and horrors described in the poem, and many report suffering from nightmares and physical illness as a result. Despite its status as a popular urban legend, the origins of Tomino's Hell remain shrouded in mystery. Some believe that the poem was inspired by the ancient Japanese tale of Urashima Taro, while others speculate that it may be a modern creation designed to scare and entertain audiences. Do you have the courage to try and recite this poem out loud? I really wouldn't take the risk. Want a break from all the creepiness? You might want to check out our other cool stuff on the screen right now. But before you go, be sure to share your spookiest experience in the comments down below. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.